Welcome back to the workshop. A little bit different today, or different to what we've been working on recently. I've still got Speedy in bits. That's almost ready to start timing it, but I'm going to answer one of the most commonly asked questions that I get, and that is, how's the railway going? So, with my back issues and all the problems I'd had, I hadn't really touched it much. Too much else going on. I'd neglected the garden for so long because of my back. So at the end of the day, there was too much work to do in the garden in general to be able to progress with the track. And I didn't have the health to do as much as I wanted to do. But I'm determined to make a push on it now. And there's a couple of reasons for that. But let's just take a look at why I'm doing. I've been pushed into covering the driveway with resin. We've already done some of the garden around the pool, but it wants to come up. The track wants to come up the drive. The reason I've chosen resin, it does seem to be the best and easiest option to accommodate relaying the track. If I wanted to dig down, lay the track and tarmac, the tarmac ideally wants to go in hot, and with the adit it's going to be very difficult to control what happens. So speaking to a few people, resin is the best option for the drive to accommodate the track. So we need to get the drive done. So my focus now is get the drive done, then we get the track done up the drive. Then we can get the drive resined and that's finished and my wife is happy for now. So, where are we? Let's turn you around and have a look. So, coming off the bridge, I think the track was the radius we had there was unfortunately a bit too sharp. So, today's job, we're going to take up all this track, unbolt it, make some track panels with a slightly shallower radius that will probably come round and probably join the drive about here by the time it comes around at a shallower radius. But we've got the space here to sweep in and then head up the drive. And we may even cut the track a bit shorter off the bridge so the radius starts a bit sooner. It's starting roughly where Luke is now, but we can probably go a little bit closer to the bridge to cut it and start the radius sooner, come in a bit, but then it'll head out wider and up to the drive. So that's where we are. The job today is that, but let me just remind you where the rest of the track is. It's coming round the front garden, past the road, through the cutting that we did. I'll see if I can find some pictures of an engine in that cutting, because we did pose an engine there. It comes up past the apple trees and it's stopping around there at the moment. So we did put a point in under those leaves that can give us a little siding up under the tree, bit of shelter, but that was where we ran out of ballast. But this up to here was laid, bar the ballast. The next section, as you can see, heads up and through that gap between the trees into the back garden is the plan. But we had a lot of overgrowth of brambles here, which I have been struggling hard to get rid of. As you can see, I still need a bit more to do. And this is where the carriage shed will be. So the current focus is the drive, but once we're up the drive, I will probably focus on getting the carriage shed in here. I need to replace this fence with a wooden fence with a gate in, so I can open the gate when I'm running for the train to run up through that gap in the trees, and get the carriage shed built so that I can clear all the wagons out of my workshop and have a bit more space. So that's where we're at. Let's take a look at how we're getting on. So all of the track have been taken out. The first two panels, we've taken one of the rails out put it through the rail bender to straighten it, and then put that rail back. I think it was the outside of the bend, which has taken off enough of the bend that it's no longer the sharpest bend on the track. It's a shallower bend than we've got down there, which has to be what it is. So with two pieces done like that, we're not as far off the ballast as we expected to be. And Greg is just taking all of the fish plates, or all the sleepers off of this curve. We're going to put both pieces through the rail bender to take off a lot more of the curve, so that the rail just misses the house and we can head up the road. So in actual fact, it hasn't come out as much as we thought. So we've just got to widen the embankment slightly. I've peeled back the turf here, and I will carry on. Backfill it with some other soil and other stuff we've got, and then fold it back. A bit more ballast on top, and we'll be good to go. And Luke and Greg are just reassembling the next piece of rail. So the steel track that I've got seems to be made with these sleepers. So we thought, we'll make some more panels with a slight radius so we can use the straight ones later on. I've got a bag of sleepers. Unfortunately, the bag of sleepers look like this instead. And these tabs that have been welded on are not quite the right spacing for the rails, so they've had to be opened up. So let's have a look at how we did that, how we put them on the rail and got the rail ready to be fitted. And so this is where we've got to. We haven't fish plated any of it, and in fact where the radius is, the inside rail's a bit too long. That still needs to be cut to size. And then we're on to the original. We probably need another slight curve there, but we are making good progress up the driveway. All that's left to be done, in fact, which I haven't got the right tools for, so all this steel stuff's going to come off and then be put back when the drive gets resined. But that rail needs to be level with the top of the resin, which is going to be level with the top of those slabs, blocks. So I'm thinking diamond cutter in the angle grinder, just cut down the width of the rail plus a little bit on the inside, then that can be stuck in place, still leaving the stone there as an edge inside the rail. So there we go. Light has well and truly stopped play for today. We've tidied up all the track that was just laid loose on the drive. We put away, ready to use next time. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Progress will come. You will see progress as it happens, and I hope to see you soon. So take care.